About 7 months ago, I released a video where I attempted to argue against the theory that the Destroy ending will be the only one to be continued to the next Mass Effect. After I released the video, the fanbase for Mass Effect got a surge of attention after the release of the Legendary Edition, and while I've been working in the background on other projects, the initial video received a good amount of attention, with people coming to argue against the idea that synthesis and control are still possible to be continued over. This video will go over my counter-arguments against the best arguments for Destroy being the only canon ending, and will go into my theory for why the other endings are canon, and what may happen to allow these endings to be followed up in the next Mass Effect. First, the idea that I was wrong. I, for some reason, did not notice the giant purple planetoid in the background of the trailer, making it seem like this is not Earth. Does that mean it's not Earth? No. Before we get into that, it's important to mention that even with all this discourse, we have no clue what direction the staff wants to take, and the breadcrumbs of info we have are not decisive enough of evidence to claim that we will absolutely not be seeing synthesis and control in the next Mass Effect. I will now cover some of the theories on what the planet, the scene where Liara picked up the helmet, takes place in. The planet being Viold is a common theory, along with the idea that Liara is not picking up a piece of Shepard's helmet, instead another N7 or possibly Alec Ryder's helmet. This doesn't work because Viold doesn't have a low-orbit purple planetoid, and why is there a Reaper there? Also, why would Liara go seeking the helmet of another N7 or Ryder? She clearly has an attachment to the piece as she picks it up and smiles in a way that looks nostalgic. There's another theory that I saw that this planet is Pluto and Shepard either lost a piece of their helmet there or died there after the events of the Destroy ending, since Shepard will still be alive to lose it. Not only is it a massive leap, since there's nothing to confirm that in any of the media we've seen so far that Shepard would have gone to Pluto, but also Pluto is an ice-covered planet and not snowy with wind. And again, the same counter-arguments for Viold holds true. Why is there a Reaper there? And why would Liara go there to pick up a piece of helmet of Shepard's? Earth has significance because that's where Shepard finished their career, or died. So it would make sense for Liara to go there, regardless of the ending being picked. Another counterclaim is that Earth has a breathable atmosphere, and so Shepard would not have the breather helmet on. While yes, this is technically true, most recent depictions of Shepard have them wearing their breather helmet to give them ambiguity to their face model. This seems to me like shorthand that they're using to depict Shepard in this trailer without having their body shown. This planet is Earth. Liara goes here seemingly just to get the piece of Shepard's helmet out of reverence for the past, meaning this place has significance to her, which makes sense if it was Earth because this is the last place she was with Shepard before the ending of 3. But this is the only place where the piece of helmet can be based on evidence from the games. The only two places that Shepard lost their helmet is above Alcaria and on Earth. There are no other places where Shepard lost their helmet or a piece of armor blew off. Now, we know this is not Alcaria because not only do we have most of that armor from that death, but they had the N7 Mark I helmet on it, not the Mark II. The piece of armor that Liara picks up in this trailer is clearly the Mark II. Also, again like Volan and Pluto, the Reaper body deconfirms the possibility of this being Alcaria. I will now go into my theory on what this purple planetoid is, if this is Earth. You know that after credit ending of the boy talking to his dad or granddad about the events of Mass Effect, the planet they are on is the new low-orbit planet above Earth in the trailer, which is the purple planetoid. My theory is that after the events of the battle against the Reapers, while rebuilding, survivors soon found Earth to be uninhabitable due to the events of the war. Maybe because of some sort of radiation, or maybe the atmosphere weakened due to constant energy being shot from the Reapers, making air sparse. It's left Earth uninhabitable, or at least unable to be traversed without an environmental suit for long periods of time. To not only remember where they came from, but to respect the fallen of the battle on Earth, humanity made a new synthetic planet that is in low orbit of Earth, allowing them to still be near Earth without actually living on Earth. In this post-credit scene, you can see the outline of a planet that has clouds and an ocean. This makes me believe this is Earth in the trailer, and for the new Mass Effect, we are seeing the other planet from Earth. You can see as Liara flies over the planet, there's a smoky or misty atmosphere. This is Earth's atmosphere post-war with the Reapers. Additionally, in Mass Effect 2, there's an anomaly mission on the planet Sin Mara that has Shepard reconstructing these sort of shields above the atmosphere. That bright color, as well as the fact that it makes a perfect orb, makes me think that this is like a primitive technology for what we are seeing in the new trailer. Now, I may be completely wrong, but at least I'm not taking leaps like the people who come up with excuses to shove the other endings away for the sake of keeping their ideals and morals as the right ending true. In fact, I'm making less leaps because I'm using evidence from the game instead of weaving a narrative by reading between the lines wrong. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to say Destroy is not canon, I'm trying to say they all are canon. But how will the next game handle all three endings? This is completely unknown, but my assumption is that the Milky Way galaxy will take a backseat to the conflict and Andromeda will be the focus. Perhaps continuing Ryder's story with a crossover from the Milky Way or a new protagonist that could be from the Milky Way or Andromeda. Liara of course seems to play a role, perhaps as a matriarch, and may be coming to the Andromeda galaxy after Ryder's team successfully makes contact back to the new Citadel. We will probably see little of the Milky Way, and maybe if you choose different endings you'll get different NPCs. For example, a Geth or a Reaper can be an NPC for your quest, but if Destroy is chosen, it's an organic or a new synthetic. And that's really about it. Not many characters from the original series will be alive, with only possibly Liara, Grunt, and Edie being alive, but others will be mentioned as legends of the Reaper War. In my ideal version, you can finally choose what species you want to play as with different bonuses depending on what race you pick. For example, Asari have more biotic power damage but are weaker in health. I would hope you can play as a Geth if you choose the ending that doesn't wipe them out, but that's just me being very wishful. Everything in this video so far is written before the new teaser that came out this November. It's been covered a lot already by other more popular Mass Effect YouTube channels and other media. It does have a heavy implication that the Geth will return despite whatever ending is chosen. It seems to me like a Geth ship might have tried to explore out to the Andromeda galaxy and just drifted off after losing power and crash lands on some random planet. That, again, like most of this video, is entirely speculative, and I'm not entirely sure what they want to do with the next Mass Effect. But at least to me, it seems like they won't choose one ending, and instead will just allow all three endings to be pseudo-canon and barely cover over the Milky Way galaxy just to allow people to be happy. That's basically it. This video should have taken this long, and there's a few reasons because of that I'll go over in a companion video that I'm releasing in the description of this video. You can click on it. It'll go over the plans for the future of this channel, because I do have a future for this channel. I do have plans, as well as just general like reasoning why this shit took forever to make. I'd like to credit Neo Nova as my script co-writer. I will be putting her Twitter in the description as well, above my companion video. So go to the description to say hi to Nova. Smile. These nuts.